Alright, welcome back to Sunshine and Country, everyone. So as we said, we're coming back to redo the other side of this coop. We did spray it down with waterproof sealer on the ramp sides. So hopefully that'll hold up for a little while longer. We just sprayed it with some clear waterproof sealer for this over this asphalt material here. So we'll see how that works. If not, then we'll figure out something to do there as well. See, this asphalt material is wearing out as well. It's kind of junk, so we just spray it with some waterproof material here. This roof is about to come in now, and then we'll start replacing this one. And then we'll finish our other one as well to do the same way. But we'll show you what we're doing with this one on this side. It might be a little bit different than the other side that we did a little while ago. Still holding up well. Obviously, it does get dirty, but it's still holding up well with not having any issues with leakages or anything like that. Currently this one is empty, but you can see everything is still in place and working like it should be. We just had a lot of rain come in not too long ago. We'll be right back. So we just removed the screws that held in the plastic cover here, that plastic sheet. There's several screws that run across that held that in. Yep, chickens are being loud today. And then you take out the two screws there and these two here, and that way it'll allow you to remove this cover out. Okay, for this roof here, the short part of the roof, we had to remove the screw here and one on the other side. And this piece, this cheap piece of wood here, we just slide out. We're going to try to reuse this frame and improvise a little bit to reattach it. Alright, we finished this part of the lid, so we're using the same design without raising it up. We'll see how this will work. And this time we attached it's a thin piece of plywood. You can also use dog ear, but we put two screws here to hold this in place. That's the part of the lid. We'll probably add if we need to, but this should work to be able to attach the plastic roofing panel, the vinyl, over this like we did before, and we're still able to lift it up and use this area as needed. The wood in here was also cheap wood where the nesting boxes were, so we'll eventually come back and replace it with plywood. So we'll come back and replace that area as well. So right now this looks like it'll work out. Be able to hold it in place. Alright, welcome back to Sunshine and Country. We're just doing a quick follow-up video on this side of the roof repair. Obviously we did this roof repair a little while ago. Actually, I just never really posted the video. I didn't really do the video very well. It's just really short snippets of each part. Really not too detailed. I'll still attach it to this one in case someone needs some information out of that. But just going over a quick overview of what we did. All we did was remove the original frame off of it first. See, originally this is just a lift up area for collecting eggs, but this is really just used for roosters now, so we don't really have the egg area. But it's just two hinges. This one here, you can see that there's a hinge there, a metal hinge, and another hinge on this side. Just unscrew that, the frame comes off, and then you just slide the wood pieces off. You also have to remove this weather strip. It's just a piece of vinyl that goes over it to keep the rain from dripping too far in that way, so it just overlaps the roof part of it. And we still reused it, and it's been working just fine. You could replace it with something else if you wanted to, but we just reused it, and it's been working fine. So you can still lift up on this the way we repaired it. We just took the old roofing material out from the channels and just added, like the other side, these vinyl PVC roof material. Just cut the size you need, and just added a piece of wood in the middle here for the bracing and for the weight to hold it down a little bit as well. During winds, we've had a lot of high winds here, and it's never really blown off, even though we don't have it tied down. You could tie it down if you wanted to. We'll go over that here in a little bit, but and you also could add more wood. You could add another piece along here coming out, and another piece on this side. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. On this side coming out this way, and that'll give you 3 strips of wood that's attached to the PVC itself, which could be useful because say if the chickens get up on there like they do normally here, you can see chickens have been on here and it's kind of dented the wood in, the roof in a little bit, but not anywhere it's going to cave in. This is a pretty tough material, and it'll hold up to the weight just fine, just from 1 or 2 hands on here. And in the middle here you have the wood where it won't dent in at all. But like I said, you could add more wood here and here just to give it more bracing if you wanted to. We didn't see a need to. So all we, like I said, and then it screws into the frame on the outside edge here. We put 3 screws with the neoprene washer underneath it like the other side we did, and the same here. Just 3 pilot drill with a small drill first, and then come back with a screw into the metal part. It cinches it up. And the wood part here, do the same thing. I still pilot hole drill it even though it's wood, and then put my screws in to the top there, and that connects everything up. Once you get all that in place, put it all back together, and then put the weather strip back across it. In some cases your weather strip, if it's really worn, you may have to add a washer to it to hold it in place to where the hole is a little bit bigger, or almost as big as a screw head. And you could take the piece of washer here. We'll probably have to add another washer here. Come back with some washers and re-screw it in with washer. That'll help keep it in place better. So, and then we did paint the wood here some as well, just for added protection. And we didn't do that on these other sides. They've been holding it fine actually. And this side was fine too. There's nothing rotted on this side, really. And we will have to eventually replace this part here. So we'll probably come back with a piece of plywood that goes all the way across it, and maybe use some regular shingles, thin shingles, or maybe even try some of that waterproof tape. We'll see how it goes. But here is another part of the replacement. It's not rotted through yet or anything that we can see, but it is going to be wearing out really soon as well. So that's the next step, to replace that part of the roof. But it's just another way to extend the life of your coop here, these small chicken coops, so you don't have to throw them out. All right, that's pretty much it. Real simple. So you can lift up, and you can come back. So we did add this screw here in case we wanted to come back and maybe drill a hole through this piece of wood and tie wrap it down, or add another kind of a screw or another eye hook to where we can, or just a hook where you can put a bungee cord or rubber band across here through it, or like I said, just a regular tie wrap, and that'll hold it down from any really high winds if you're worried about that lifting up on this. So you could do that like we did there, but it's held up fine for us. All right, y'all have a good sunshiny day.